Hey guys, it's the Ending Night here. I've just watched the entirety of the second batch of Stone Ocean. Yes, I binged the entire series, and damn was I wrong about the series. I won't be covering anything very in-depth for the plot at all, nothing to do with the main story itself, so as far as this goes, there will be very minor plot spoilers at best, at least for the first couple of episodes of the season, which are pretty simple to catch up on. And especially if you do need that little push to get you to watch the series after your hype has died, like mine did, yeah, this video is perfect for you. So, after the first batch of episodes, I thought that Jolyne and her merry band of compatriots were just poorly built up, and I was basically rooting for Poochie at the point of the end of the first batch. Because if you know, you know what happens. If you don't, please hold off the spoilers because you are going to enjoy the next part way more if you do. And I reckon it's really just the problem of these batch releases. Too much of a good thing at the start of the year, you end up binging the lot, and the hype dies down over time while you're waiting for the next batch. I know a lot of us are annoyed by this new decision by Netflix and David Production, but I reckon it's a lot better for these animators who have to create all of these absolute fire batches so far. They don't have to bust their asses trying to get an episode out each week. And truth be told, we're not sitting around waiting for JoJo without anything else to do in the meantime. So go do something else. And who knows, time might just have gone by real quick and you'll be at the next batch. I'm happy to wait to see the final climactic fight uninterrupted when it airs. And I, as much as most of you do, really want this series to be back on weekly releases, but maybe this is how it will be since Netflix took over the series. The animation of the second season matches that of the first, and you can really tell the quality of these new releases is really showing as compared to the original releases of Part 4 and Part 5. Bruh. To the point where it's pretty much, you can't really tell it's not the Blu-ray release even. David Production really did take their time and the quality is really showing, especially as you look at all the games that tried to rush their production while attempting to recover from a global pandemic and ending up with releasing a subpar product. I'm definitely looking at you, Cyberpunk and Battlefield. You should have taken your time. We would all have been fine with it. So as far as this whole thing goes, the simplest way to get around this 8-month time skip is to reach the second batch is to just go back to episode 12, catch yourself up a little bit, and then go back into episode 13 as if it never ended. As far as the plot goes, we get a lot more depth into the characters of the main trio, namely Jolyne herself, Hermes, and Foo Fighters. And plenty of juicier details about the mysterious Poochie and his stand Whitesnake, as well as his links to Dio. And well, he's not very mysterious to myself since I already spoiled myself a long time before the airing. But if you haven't, please don't spoil yourself. No, please don't spoil yourself. And you get some insight into Anasui as well as a character. If anything, it was this season that fleshed out the main cast a lot better than the last season. The standpipes are just as interesting as they are from the previous series, but some of them just really feel like they're getting to the point of borrowing powers from other stands, and it's hard to figure out what the stand's abilities are exactly. And well, in the end, who really cares if the stand abilities don't make sense? It works. It just works. And it's JoJo after all, don't think too hard about it. Just watch it for the absolutely godlike animations of David Production and really just sit back and let the suspense kind of kill you each time you end an episode and try to stop for the night, and then you realize, oh no, it gets even better. There's more cliffhangers as well. This is JoJo minus the weight, as was with the first batch, really. Hermes' backstory is also finally revealed as well, and it's a welcome start to the season. We get to see Kiss in full action for one of the most intense fights of this batch, to the point where the original JoJo Part 3 music kicks in because things are getting extremely serious to the point where, well, it's glorious. Foo Fighters really gets a lot more screen time, with Hermes taking a back seat after being put out of commission. FF is just really great to have around. She feels a bit like a budget Giorno with her healing abilities, with her plankton powers. You just get a lot more of her in this season. But this really does allow the entire group to take some absolutely insane damage, to the point where you are really surprised they're even able to move by the time they're done. Like, those are like some major muscle groups that are just gone. It really just makes the battles a lot more dangerous, to the point where you never really do know when a character might be in life-threatening danger. My main summary of this entire batch is that it's kind of ended up becoming Foo Fighter and Pucci's character arcs, save for Hermes' revenge story at the beginning, since we do get far more character building in this arc than Jolyne has in the last 2 seasons. Heck, I think Dio might have gotten more character building in this batch, to like the point I was kind of sympathizing with this immortal Dio, the wise man who's been around for hundreds of years, just trying to find happiness in his immortality. And pretty much finding a friend in a human Pucci. Jolyne really does feel overshadowed by a lot of the supporting characters this time. And she comes across as someone who's just in the wrong place at the wrong time as Jotaro's daughter, with no other goal than to take revenge on Pucci for orchestrating her incarceration and saving her father. Thinking about it, I don't really remember a lot of the main characters having this deep reason as to why they're doing what they're doing, and it's becoming a lot more obvious in Stone Ocean when you have just an excellent cast of characters all throughout. Giorno just wants to stop the drug trade. Josuke kind of just wanted to stop a murderer that was going around loose in his town. Jotaro was hunting Dio to save his mom. And now you have Jolyne, who's hunting Pucci to save her dad, Jotaro. Simple, yeah, I guess it's plenty enough for me as far as JoJo goes. Best not to think too hard about it. So as far as this series goes, if you are feeling that the hype has died and are getting a little bit more negative over the first 12 episodes of the batch, go watch the second batch. It will really make you feel much better after the first couple episodes, like burning out over a long game series. It's all a matter of returning to it, and it just feels like welcoming back an old friend. Even if it's not JoJo Friday or Saturday anymore, but a JoJo party once every 8 months. I do reckon we'll be getting another batch eventually, when it's done by David Production, when it's ready. In another 12 episode batch, followed by a long special for the finale. Or if we are lucky, we might just get a 14 episode batch, unlike part 5. Because part 5 did have that special finale episode as well. So they might just follow suit. Who knows? But in the end, that's just my prediction after all. And this pretty much concludes my take on part 6's second batch. Do let me know of your thoughts on the batch yourself, and if your love for the franchise has finally returned with watching it. And as always, stay safe, stay humble, and stay cultured in all things anime. Anime signing off.